Welcome to the very first episode of Word Up podcast with my good friend William. Hello. William Thompson. William Hello. Thompson's a funny bastard, so he is. He's brilliant. How you getting on?
All good. I'm very fucking sleepy because I slept in and got the fucking times wrong, but I'm all good.
It's brilliant. Have you been gigging recently?
Flat out. We're getting ready for Edinburgh, so any stage time I can get, I'm stroking.
Oh, are you doing Edinburgh?
Yeah, doing the run.
Yeah?
Shitting myself.
Get away.
Dear. It's very dear.
Is it? Very, very expensive.
It's looking like it. All in, it's going to cost me about 8-9 grand.
Shit.
It's fucking dear, man.
Investing in yourself, but
yeah,
you have to spend money to make money.
Gambling on yourself more so.
It's not a gamble if it's a sure thing.
Back
yourself each way.
It's fucking awesome.
You'll do brilliant. Right, so I'm going to explain to you the premise of the podcast, right? So we're going to have a new word every week.
Okay.
Because growing up, I was obsessed with learning about words, right? I used to think that if I read enough books, I would get powers like Matilda, right? So I'd be able to like, Daddy, come back to me, right? Just lift them all the way up and bring them to the house, right? But I used to genuinely think that the more books I read, that it would be like Matilda, and I loved like learning new words. I still love learning new words. Even whenever I'm reading my Kindle, I love to I play this wee game with myself where I'll read a word that's a wee bit obscure and I'll go, this is what I think it means. So I'll put like lots of wee definitions or synonyms.
Yes. It's a good word
in my head for it. And then I tap it and see if my word that I was thinking of appears in the dictionary definition because I'm a sad bastard.
Okay.
Right? So every week we're going to have a new word. Okay. And it might be a word that you already know. But you know what I mean?
So we're not making the words up?
We're not making the words up.
I thought we were making a word.
Well, we have the opportunity to do that. Have you got a word that you've made up?
No.
Right, well,
no.
I think I'm gonna tell you this week's word of the week, right? Because it's a word that we use all the time, but not a lot of people really know the meaning.
Okay.
The word for this week is hun. Right?
Now I see why I'm the first guest.
I just thought
this is the screenshot for the episode right here.
Right. How do you feel whenever you see that word, actually?
It makes me laugh in any context.
In any context?
Especially when you read like an American novel and it's set down south and there's just like a waitress being like, more coffee, hun?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
It's funny how like now we have turned it in that, well, we say hun as an abbreviation of honey.
Yeah.
But essentially, you'd be going, you all right, hun? What the fuck do you call me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because hun is meant to be the Protestant version of being called a Fenian.
Yeah.
We don't really take it. In my experience, we don't really take it as badly.
It's not,
It doesn't have the harsh... It doesn't sound as nasty.
Yeah.
It's been someone like you hun, I'm like... Ooh.
Like, I refer to myself as a Fenian.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Or a Teague, depending on the audience. Like, for example, I was there on Thursday night doing a gig in Lisburn and the crowd was lovely. They were a bit Presbyterian. Like, I was surprised they were even out on a Sunday.
They were too proud, even for me.
Yeah, did you do that?
I've done that,
yeah. Yeah, like, I think they were afraid to laugh on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You know the way, like, how do you know a Presbyterian budgie?
Yeah.
Swings tied up on a Sunday, right? I was going, don't get me wrong, they laughed and all and they were lovely, but you couldn't be vulgar, which just counted me out right away.
Yeah.
But I love them weak type of crowds because see, whenever you slag yourself off and you're like, I'm just the Teague, I'm afraid to go, we're allowed to laugh at that.
My ma, right, when my daughter was born, and she must have been about 3 days old, and I was changing her nappy, and my mum just was like hovering over the back of my shoulder, and she goes, now Ian, you know when you're changing a female nappy, you always wipe away from the vulva. And I was, she actually used the word vulva. I was like, what do you think I'm going to do? Fucking shove a load of shite under her fire? But, like... Shona has
a person under the carpet.
Shona has always been like completely honest with the kids, which is great, right? But like from a really early age, you know, if they said how her baby's made, and she would have just been like, "Aye, daddy box me," and then like, explains exactly what happens. But I can remember...
We try to be really honest with our kids.
Well, I think it's the way to do it. Because I can remember someone saying about their daughter had noticed... So they only had one kid, and the daughter noticed when she was about 4 or dad getting changed at the swimming pool or something. I was like, what's going on there with daddy? And they were like, oh, that's his tail. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
I know. Why are you confusing the fuck out of?
But you shouldn't confuse kids because that it doesn't protect them.
Exactly. But sometimes I think Shona was too honest. So there was one night she was giving my daughter a bath and I was folding clothes in the bedroom and putting stuff away, and I could just hear my daughter like giggling away in the bath, right? And then she said to Shona, she was like, oh, that pink bit is really tickly. And I just heard Shona going, yeah, that bit's called your clitoris. Right? And I was just like, is this too far, like, considering she's 4 or something? Yeah. And then we were going on holiday a few weeks later, and I was sitting beside her. And when the plane was taking off, and it was all, it's tickling my clitoris. Like she was 4 years old, and I instantly, like we were sitting really close to the front, and I instantly just went, Ellie, shut the fuck up. Right?
They're going to take you off me whenever this thing lands.
The air hostess heard me saying, shut the fuck up, but she didn't hear what I said. So she was just giving me evils the whole flight. You told your wee girl to shut the fuck up. Like,
I dare you. I very dare you. I know, because it is just anatomy at the end of the day, but you're like, how far is too far?
Exactly.
My sister had a friend who had 2 boys, right? And they were called, well, the first one was Noah.
Right.
It's a nice biblical name. Mm-hmm. And then she went a wee bit more odd with the second one. Moses. Still. Biblical. We see where we're going here.
Okay.
And then she had a girl.
Right.
And she was like, all right, well, I think seems to be into the biblical names. We'll see what it is. And she's seen her and she was like, so what's the girl called? And she was thinking, I don't know, Bethany, Sarah. Maybe it was something more wild, Bathsheba.
All right.
No, Cinderella.
Stop it. Stop it. No.
Cinderella?
No, Cinderella.
I mean, maybe that is her grip. Like,
is this legit?
Religious text, I don't know.
Yeah. Cinderella, you know, the parable of the shoe, the missing shoe.
What also like really I was like, I don't think she knows the story because her name's not Cinderella, her name's Ella.
Get away.
She's just called like Cinders because she cleans the fireplaces. Like,
hold on a minute.
Like she's called her kid a slur.
Cinderella. Oh my God. Yeah, so Cinderella's name isn't Cinderella,
no,
it's Ella. But because she cleans the cinders from the fireplace.
Cinderella.
Mind blown.
But also Cindy.
Wee Cindy.
Cindy.
Did you hear there was a girl up on... Were we talking about this on last week's podcast, or was I just talking shit with somebody about the person that was called Lasagna?
No.
Have you never...
No.
There was a girl...
I mean, I like lasagna, but...
No, there was a girl in West Belfast, right? I think the surname, correct me if I'm wrong, was Maguire. Right. Lasagna Maguire or something like that. It basically was... They thought it was really exotic. They thought it was exotic, you know, back in the day whenever nobody made lasagna or nobody... So they called their daughter Lasagna. And see, in case you think I'm fucking lying, somebody actually brought it up and they managed to get... Who was I? I've either been talking about this story or listened to it. They got the excerpt from the Andersonstown News where there was a class photograph of like Cross and Passion, right? In the 1970s, and there it is, like front and centre, like Anya McGuigan, Lasagna Maguire. I swear to God, lasagna.
I don't know if you've ever seen the episode of That's So Raven.
No.
Where like they're trying to pass Raven off as like this like pop star to get into this restaurant, and like her mate pretends to be her bodyguard, and he's going like, "Do you not know who that is?" And it's like who? And he's like trying to come up with a name, and he sees like a plate of lasagna going past, and he's like, "Liz." And it's like, Liz who? And he's like, Liz, Anya.
Yes, maybe that's what happened. The woman that delivered her was called Liz and the other one was called Anya. And I just thought lasagna. That's a lovely name.
Oh,
I'll send you him.
Do send me.
He did a Q&A.
Yeah, did he? Does he ever do a demonstration?
Did he ever do a D&P?
A DMP! I love it. Does he ever go like whoop, woo?
Yeah.
He could
surely,
do like
surely the angle. I don't know. I mean, like, because you need to get, but the women would have to be vertical for him to. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? They'd have to be on their side.
to get them in both.
Yeah.
What if the man with 2 dicks ever went with the woman with 2 fannies?
Well, see, that's what I would think. I think they did try and set them up, and then I don't think anything came of it.
Very good.
They're like Legos.
Somebody comes along with one of those wee Lego separators to get them
the
apart.
jaws of life just fucking.
Yes.
Oh, class.
Oh my
man.
God, I love it. That's how your brother has 2 holes on his head. Kids all come out like bowling balls. Oh, fuck, right. We need to knock
the
on the head.
Ballyclare extra thumb. Anyway, here.
What's that?
No, I was just something I made up. But I used to go with a girl in Ballyclare, and I used to joke like she's probably just amazed to meet someone with only 2 thumbs. You know?
Oh yeah, that isn't her
incest.
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Ballyclare couple that are like getting a divorce, and they said to each other, "Well, see, whenever all this is said and done, can we still be brother and sister?" We're gonna get our bellies knocked in if we ever drive through Ballyclare.
I know.
Tired
God.
you're gonna be doing. Yes. Anyway, I think that went really well.
I felt good. Felt good.
That was brilliant. I think that went really well.
When I was doing, well, I didn't even finish them. When I attempted to do my A-levels, where my high school was in Bestwick, there was a bar across the road that had like pool tables, so we would just bunk off school and go to the pub. Yeah. But you go in, and the guy who was working there was like, "Lads, you can't come in here in your fucking school uniforms." So we would be like, if we take off the ties and the blazer, so you're just wearing a white shirt and a pair of black trousers, like dead on. So we just looked like a really bunch of young businessmen
Yeah, grease lightning.
at 11 in the morning drinking cider.
It's busy the Bestbrook Financial District.
Oh fuck. Brilliant, yes. Somebody walks in and goes, "Did you see the FTSE 100 this morning?" You're going, "Is that maths homework I didn't do?"
So we could go in and you could just, take your blazer off and you just, under your top button. And we all looked like we were at like day 2 of a wedding.
Yeah?
Just a
Oh,
load
yeah.
of, just a load of groomsmen.
That's it. What do you call an Irishman in a suit? The defendant. He's only out of court, son. Knock, here you go. Have one on me.
So we were had to go in and do that, but
You notice the difference between the yuppie muppies?
Yes, mommies who are like middle class parents, as you say, gentle parenting.
Gentle.
We don't like to say no to our children.
Yes.
Well then, fuck. Get used to saying no a lot.
Little Oliver, his first words were brioche and, shoe bum.
He can speak Latin.
Yes, we bring him to Mandarin classes every Tuesday because it is important that they understand that Eastern culture is going to be prevalent.
It's going to be prevalent in the next 20 to 30 years.
Yes, and if he wants to have any chance at making a good go at the stock market,
I know.
he's going to need to know his basic Mandarin,
It's just you listen and you sort of go, this is completely different to how I was brought up. Just do that way,
My man would have been like, "Shut up and eat up."
Shut up. You've 2 choices. Take it or leave it.
Aye.
If you don't eat it today, you'll eat it tomorrow. If it's not in you, it'll be on you.
It'll be on you, yes, totally.
Because,
And it used to be like, "Shut your mouth and eat your dinner."
Shut your mouth.
Like, what? You used to try and go to your...
I remember a friend
How
of
do
mine.
you do? Don't be fucking smart. We think you're smart.
I remember a friend of mine when she was talking. She was telling me once that when she was like a wee girl, and her and her brother were away, and they were in the car, and they'd been, I don't know, gone to Newcastle or something for the day, and they were in the car, and the 2 of them had just been a total nightmare with their man dad, and the matron says, "If I hear you talking one more time, I'm going to stop the car and scalp the arse off you." Honest to God, I say, if I hear one peep, I'll batter yous. And so then that was fine, they were scared, but then the 2 of them then started to get car sick. And they were afraid to say anything. So the 2 of them boked in silence in the back of the car. They were boking like... Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine the trauma and like the poor man? But like after about, do you like in a stinking car in the summertime, you're going like this here.
It's right.
Oh my God, this car is right. What is going on? You turn around, the children's fucking covered in fucking ice cream and fucking sausage rolls that they had in Newcastle that day. 2 nuts corner.
Actual tears.
2 nuts corner burgers all down the front of them. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But that is how serious the working class mash threat is taken by the child. It's not. There's no messing about. You will get battered.
Yeah. Incidentally, the sausage I just threw up was battered.
Oh, Mummy. I
can't fucking breathe. Do you know my mum would have shouted at you if she heard her hand hitting you?
Oh, why? Oh, why? Or did you ever have... Did your ma ever throw something at you and you missed and it broke something? That's when I got there. Hey, get you! And you're like, but you threw the shit at me.
You passed that fucking lamp and you broke it.
But it was meant to be your head.
I want to get a new pair of fucking slippers.
No, my ma used to go, like, say she hit you and she'd go, and I hurt my fuck. Hitting you there, you wee boss.
My granny would have done this thing where she'd have been cross. Say something would have happened with eating her dinner, right? And then my granny would have got cross. Oh my god, my granny was.
Your granny getting cross, was it bad?
Oh, she was mustard. Like, oh my god, it was a whole fucking. Oh, it was a whole. Imagine like the last 5 minutes of EastEnders when it's real stressful.
Yeah.
I was watching that for 3 hours.
Oh fuck. I can't watch it. It's too stressful.
So stressful. But she'd have fought the whole way through dinner, and then she'd gone, went down me like nails. And it was like. The fucking rest of us weren't saying nothing. You were fighting the whole way through that. I didn't say a peep. I was eating my wee fucking...
Did she blame you?
She was blaming us for her fighting and ruining her own dinner. Do you know that way? Like, she was... Do you know, she was sitting like you eating your mince and potatoes.
No, since you've
been wrong.
Thank you. You're a professional.
Do you know what?
You see
it's like perennium. You don't need it in my head for weeks. I swear to God. You should do a Christmas single.
You should do it.
Yeah.
You're a fucking professional. You just seen that I was in a ditch and you went, I'm going to fucking save you.
Since you've been wrong.
Get on.
Yes. Oh, here, we haven't even done the dirty word of the week. Just one
Yes,
right.
we want it.
So but what was that one? The other one was
This one was
meretricious.
meretricious.
Meretricious. You're a meretricious wee bastard. Get out of my house.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Meretricious. Happy New Year.
I love it. Come on, Sean. Meretricious and happy new queer.
Meretricious. Everyone.
That's a Christmas number one.
That
really
is a Christmas.
is.
No. Cher. Sorry, we're going to get to the word. But
Yeah.
Cher, I'm here as psychic fucking Sally to let you know that Cher is going to have the Christmas number one.
Yeah.
Her song, I can't even think of it right now.
It's called Play a Christmas
This is
Song.
so
DJ
gay.
Play a Christmas Song. or
DJ
something
Play a
like that.
Christmas
Is she actually
song.
gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She did it in a club in Paris. The guys have been sharing
Queer
it.
hotline.
She.
Oh, we're
sorry.
fighting this out, folks. Through the queer hotline. I like that, actually.
That's for the
Right,
straight.
so Cher and Cher alike. I'm going to actually be listening to that way up the road. Like,
Cher and Cher alike.
you're like, we should do that, like, for Stars in Their Eyes. Get a Cher and get someone else.
Just both be
On the
Cher.
way, we'll be Cher and Cher alike. Give us a tune, Adam.
This one I was learning. It's a song by a guy called Harry Roy. The top strings are the tune here. And I can't
That's top one.
when it goes like, there's one thing I'd like to pet. Every evening I get set. Stroke it any chance I get. My girl's pussy. Never dirty, always clean. It's the best I've ever seen. And giving thrills, it's never mean. My girl's pussy. When it's out, it's like a race. Runs me round at such a pace. Often finishes on my face. My girl's pussy.
Do you know, when I was taxi driving, there was a guy, I brought him till the chemist, and I was like, what is it you getting there? Like, just talking with him, and he says, glue. And I went, what? And he was like, I get medicated glue. I was a glue sniffer. He says, I get medicated
Stop it.
to come off it. And I was like, he's winding me up. And then I looked it up. It's a fucking thing.
Are you serious?
Yes. So,
Just
like, people, like, see everything that you're addicted to, there's something to wean you off it.
Like methadone for heroin addicts?
But it's not just, like, it has to be a version of it. So he had this stuff that it was like glue. It gave the same, but it didn't have as bad of chemicals in it, but it still gave him a slight effect of it, which weaned him down. And I was like, how the fuck do you get glue on prescription?
Oh my God, the glue bags are getting glue. That is imagine him coming out one day and you're going, what do you do with that glue whenever you finish sniffing it? And he's like, well, I made a lovely wee jewellery box here with all these fucking shells stuck
Here, man. I'm off of glue now, like, but I've got that medicated stuff. Look, do you know what I mean? The way you go in their cupboard and there's a bottle of Calpol and you look at it, it's from fucking 2 years ago.
He must stick on Art Attack and be like, fuck, happy days, we've got everything I need.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
When you were watching Art Attack was fucking PVA. I used to be sitting there, you were like, right, bog roll holder, tissues, PVA glue. Fuck!
Do you know I wasn't allowed near that in school?
Why not?
I had a thing for putting my hands in the PVA and then peeling it.
All off.
So the teacher called me 3 times. So she was like, "Listen, you have to keep him
3 times.
You have to keep him
3
away from the glue."
strikes.
Like, because when I was putting my hands in, so the glue was everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And the teacher was like, "Who's making this mess?" And then she clicked on it was me, and she brought me up to headmaster. She's like, and he was like, "Keep him away from the glue."
And they're still saying that to
Keep him
this
away
day.
from the glue.
That's what the doctor said.
McDonald, you're a terrible man for the glue. Pulling it off your hands.
The word of the week for this week is, okay?
All right. Mendacious? Did I say that?
Mendacious.
Right.
You didn't say it.
Right,
but
okay, because I don't know what it is.
You put me in mind. Whenever I think of mendacious, I think of a lot of people from around the road, right? And mendacious is
a new name
a
for
nice word
kids.
for a
Mendacious, come here. Off them swings.
I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Mendacious.
Did I tell you about the time I was in the bank, in the Ulster Bank in the Andytown Road, and somebody turned around and went to their kid, Ronaldo! Ronaldo, get over here! I went, not even Cristiano.
Yeah.
Fucking Ronaldo. Right on child. I was just like, you better be good at football, kid, or you're fucked.
Do you remember we told you about lasagna?
Yes,
Yeah, just
lasagna. And then I was
one of
talking
my
about
auntie's
it.
Mates,
Yeah, do you know?
Back in the 70s.
Lasagna. I spoke about you on the podcast because I was like, who was it that I was talking to? It must have been just after we get back from London.
Yes.
And lasagna. And I was like, who was it? And I was going to Sean. Was it you was telling me about? So everybody, it was Paddy
So
Raff.
you've remembered, so it was lasagna.
It was Paddy Raff that told me about lasagna. And I was like, there definitely was, right? And it was wee Sarah Jade was on, and she was like, no.
No,
Do you
definitely.
know that I got, after that clip was released, actually it was only the other day, there was this wee girl, this girl got in touch with me and said, that's
idea or
my
something."
mummy.
Oh, no.
And she said, I've been laughing my head
Was
off.
she called coleslaw or something? We say.
Wee garlic saute.
We sodies.
Wee sodies.
See the garlic saute thing.
Carbonara.
I love garlic. See garlic saute, right? Garlic saute potatoes, but see sodies, right?
Sodies?
That's the West Belfast best thing. Sodies.
Yeah.
But you know the best way I heard this, right? And I wanted to put this in the stand up was I love when they come out. And I swear to God, like one of the restaurants around the road, they come out with a bowl of garlic saute potatoes, and the girl says, "Who's the wee toady bowl of garlic sodies? The wee toady bowl of garlic sodies." And it's like, "Who's the wee toady bowl of garlic sodies? The garlic sodies." Who's the wee toady bowl of garlic sodies? Like, no, that sounds like a completely different language altogether.
Yeah.
A wee toady bowl of garlic
She
sodies.
sounds like the daughter of Dr. Seuss or something. Like, toady bowl of garlic sodies.
Toady bowl of garlic sodies.
Who's with a wee toady bowl of garlic sodies?
Just rolled off the tongue. Wee toady bowl of garlic sodies. And everybody's just looking at it. Wee toady bowl of garlic sodies.
It's got a better flow than Eminem.
Yeah. That sounds like...
You just put a beat to that. You've had #1 hit for fuck's sake.
It was around the same time that my cousin, we were sitting in, we were on Lisburn Road actually, very wee town.
Oh, bougie.
It was, remember Albany? It's not called that now.
It had the lovely wee awning out the front and stuff, yeah.
So we were sitting there and this guy was serving us, he was like French or whatever, and he came over and he was like, what were you having dessert? And we were like, yeah, and my cousin said there was a chocolate ganache, and we were talking about whether we were going to get, who was going, the ganache looks good, and he was waiting on us, we're trying to speak, like break up our English so he could hear, and my cousin turned around and went, you gonna get a ganache? And if we
Scaramouche.
It's like, you're gonna get a ganache. I'm gonna get a ganache. You're gonna get a ganache. I'm gonna get a ganache. And this guy's just looking at us. What the fuck are you saying? You're gonna get a ganache. I'm gonna get a ganache. You're gonna get a ganache. I'm not gonna get a ganache. You're gonna get a ganache. Like, this doesn't sound like English.
He's rang an ambulance.
We totally bowl of garlic sodas. I'm gonna get a ganache.
You're
She's
gonna get a ganache.
The guy's just like, I'll bring the manager over.
He's going, these people are on speed.
He speaks better English than us, like, but
Yeah,
he's like,
you're doing broken English, and he's like, mate.
I'm sorry, I don't speak any English.
I'm serving a table of M&M's over here.
You're gonna get a ganache. I'm gonna get a ganache.
I feel really like sweats.
Were you proper?
Like actually,
yeah.
like allergic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you get like prescription sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah, I get
Bread and
prescription
pizza
diets.
bases and
There, yeah.
they're quite good.
Excuse me, Mary, where's my rolls?
Yeah. And packet of Cocodamol and a wee line of roaches.
Yeah.
We later.
Wee line of roaches. Remember people used to call it a roach? I was living in a
What do
hostel.
you mean a roach? The roll of biff with?
No, it was called a roach because Roach used to make them. Do you know the way now it's diazepam?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So years and years ago, whenever they were first released, they were called
They were
roaches. And whenever I was in the wee hostel on the Grosvenor Road, you know, after having the child and I was homeless, there was this girl come in and she was like, Jesus, I need a wee roach. And I was going, just rip a bit of cardboard.
Yeah. You can get pre-perforated
Bible.
ones now.
It's like,
Loads of stuff.
you'll be grand, you'll be fit. There's a birthday card there from the child if you want it. Do you know one of them ones? And she was like, swear to God, my ma is a big hippie, right? She's like a big hippie woman. She always was like dead laid back. Like everybody else was fighting and fucking out, joining the round. My ma was listening to Bob Dylan and Rolling Splish, right? And that's kind of like jaw sticks and incense. That's the kind of house I come from. But whenever I was younger, I used to get really upset because I would come in and see her wee birthday cards and Mother's Day cards for me, and they would just have a wee just ripped off the bottom. And I used to be like, but Mummy, I spent hours in the shop picking that out because it had a nice poem. And she's like, it was poetry, love.
Oh, there we go. We can see yourselves.
Yes.
Oh, we
get
do
close
look.
out.
We look like we're in a band.
Yay! I'm with the band.
We're the new Atomic Kitten, and this is Snake Kids TV.
Do your band pose, your poster pose. What would it be?
Oh, I'm this chick.
Oh yeah, I'll be this
I'm
one.
the new
I'll have to,
caricature.
I would be that.
Do my pigtails?
Yeah, I'd be the lily licker. Which spice?
Oh fuck.
Turmeric.
I probably I wouldn't smoke spice really. It's a wee bit too much.
No.
for me.
Yeah.
Last time
It's a
I
wee
did
bit-
it, I ended up no knickers on.
Happens to you a lot, love.
Don't know who owns the youngest one.
Yes.
Do you know, in all fairness though, whenever my postman comes around, I love him. He's so awkward. He's hilarious, like, but at first he used to just like rap your door and put the. Then I started talking to him, as you do whenever you're stuck in the house with kids and you've nobody to talk to. But now whenever he walks past, I go, all right, Barney, you haven't paid me a fucking penny for this child. And he goes beetroot. He goes absolutely beetroot. He's like, stop it, bro. Everybody's going to think you're being serious. Do you know what I mean? I go, fucking child, you've never talked about once. You're always putting letters through the door, but you never fucking put an envelope through for me, do you? He's
You
really
get more than an envelope off him.
Oh, yeah. He opened my letterbox all day long.
Wow.
Thank you. My brain was looking for it.
Yes, just like see whenever he goes to my letterbox, he puts his whole hand in.
Wow.
And he has a fist unless it hits the wrist.
Just
Do
up
you know
to
what I'm
the
saying?
up to the knuckles.
Is it knuckles?
No,
Would it
we'll
be?
go up
No,
to
it
the
has to.
I don't know. I've got the knuckles in, but I've never had the knuckle past the knuckles. You know, that kind of
One of those ones.
You know, are we recording? Are we?
We are recording.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Belfast.
Hello.
The world.
How are you? You guys, welcome.